you were looking for an improvement every match. Do you feel that you got that today?
Yeah. I think overall today it was there were parts of the match that I was really happy with. Singles, we're talking here, but yeah, I feel like a few of the things that I've been lacking over the last month kind of came together a little bit today. I felt like I served a lot better, controlled the ball off the first strike more often than not, and then when in the bigger moments, I felt like there was some better stuff there.
Every slam, the last half dozen, you sort of either gone to a new level or new milestone. How important is it and satisfying to keep doing that?
Oh, that's what we aim for. It's what we strive to do, is to try and do the best that we can every tournament, and particularly at slams, is to make that a bit of a focus point, to try and be ready, to try and make sure that I'm giving myself the best chance to go deep into slams, and really happy to be into another second week.
You're playing at the same time as Roger Federer, and the two of you have probably the best two backhand slices in tennis.
He does. I don't.
I'd say you do on one side, but what is it, do you think, what makes that shot so difficult for opponents, and how is it that you developed your ability to slice the ball the way you do?
Oh, I think on the women's side, it's just rare. There aren't too many girls that have a slice backhand, and it was something that I learned when I was 7 or 8 years old. My coach, Jim, taught it to me, and it wasn't perfect. It wasn't anywhere near even looking like a slice backhand at the start, but we kept chipping away, and I kept trusting in him that he knew what he was doing. And it's a shot that I love to hit now. It's a shot that I feel like I can back myself more times than not, and that I can trust it and kind of put the ball wherever I want with it.
Ash, your next opponent is Wang Chang. You play her twice, won 3 sets in both matches. What do you make of her match, her play?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see her match today, but obviously a very tough competitor, moves extremely well, and when the ball's in her strike zone, she can go both ways, cross and line off both wings. So I think it's going to be an incredibly physical match, and something that a match where I need to make sure that I serve well and bring variety in as much as I can.
Obviously, you have had a lot of success playing against Chinese players. What do you think why you're such a tough player for them to play?
Oh, I mean, I like to think I'm tough for anyone to play, not just Chinese players. But I mean, I didn't really know my record against Chinese players, and I mean, it's just another challenge. I go out there on what day is it? Friday? It's Friday on Sunday, and try and do the best that I can. Try and put the ball in areas where I'm more comfortable than she is.
Ash, just curious if you got a chance to see any of Taylor's win over Simona. Reason why I'm asking is 100 net approaches, serve.
It's like 106 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 106.
There you go.
Paying attention. But serve and volleyed a ton to beat Simona. But just if you got to see it at all, and what do you make of not just her, but McNally the other night was chipping and charging against Serena. We're seeing it a lot more on the women's side, especially the young kids.
Yeah, I didn't see any of Katie and Serena. I didn't get to see any of that match, but saw probably end of the second and early mid to the third set of Taylor and Sim, and I think the way that she approached that match was fearless. She took risks; they were calculated risks, but I think she knew that she had to take them, and the way that she smothered the net and was able to control the ball to where Sim had to pass and where she was a little bit handcuffed was really impressive. I mean, I've known Taylor for a long time. I've played with and against her, and she's always had that ability, so it was really nice to see.
Fans and some journalists might have got ahead of themselves at Wimbledon at the same stage, thinking towards your projected quarterfinal, Serena. Imagine with the quality opponent in front of you now that you're only looking at your next match.
I only ever look at my next match.
Did it take a while, Ash, to recover physically and mentally after Roland Garros and then through Wimbledon? Did it take some time to get yourself back on track?
Yeah, I think it did. I mean, I had 2 weeks off completely after Wimbledon, knowing that I would probably come into Toronto and Cincinnati a little bit underdone, but it was more important that I, rest and gave myself a chance to recover both mentally and physically, and then knowing that we still had enough time to kind of be ready for this week here in New York. And obviously we'd tried as best that we could to do well in Toronto and Cincinnati, but weren't really too stressed either way. So I think, bigger picture, knowing that we had those 2 weeks off of kind of resting, recovering, just really enjoying time with my family. That European stint for us Aussies is a tough one. We're away for 3 months, so there's no real opportunity to head back home in between the two slams. But Yeah, I mean, I feel like every day we've been getting better and better, and you know, I still feel great. There's a few big months left in the season. We're looking forward to it.
Going off of that, I mean, which is closer to the truth of kind of how you make that decision to take that break, not break, but to hang it up for a little bit for 2 weeks? Is it that I need to do this right now, I need to take a mental and physical break, and if that impacts, you know, US Open, so be it, no big deal, because I need this now? Or is it that it's not going to impact me as much? I'll be fine when it comes to the Open and the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think it's important to prioritise weeks. It's important to make sure that you have rest weeks, but I think it's also important to be a little bit flexible because you never really know what's around the corner with tennis. It's the beauty of our sport is that anything can change so quickly. Day to day it can change, but I certainly don't hesitate in taking a week off. I do it often throughout the year and just complete rackets down. Don't kind of chat to my team. I just go and refresh and get away from everyone because I know that when I come back, I'll be better for it. And yes, it may take 2 or 3 extra days, but it's not going to take 2 or 3 extra weeks. So it's not something that I have to stress about.
Against Wang in the next round, you have a rematch of the Zhuhai final. What are your memories of that final? At the time, I think it was the biggest title of your career. And how do you think it set you up for what you've been able to accomplish this year?
Yeah, that was the most magical way to end my season last year. It was incredible. I remember I started the final very well, and the courts in Zhuhai are very similar to those in Brisbane. I think it was the same architect that actually built them with the roof and everything. So I think for me it kind of had a sense of home and a very familiar setting, a very familiar court, and an incredible match from both of us. It was high quality and a good level, but the circumstances are a little bit different now. Obviously, different conditions, different balls. So it's hard to take too much from that match. We'll take bits and pieces, both of things that we did well and things that we can do better, and then try and do that as best that we can on Sunday.
That's time for best with 1, 2, 3.
One more question about the slice. Such a stylish shot to look at. What does it feel like when you're flowing and really hitting that shot well? And do you need to be hitting that shot at your best in order to win this tournament?
Oh, I think when I'm hitting it well, it feels great, and when I dump a few like I did today, it feels awful. And I certainly don't middle every single one, and it's still a shot that I practice, and I know it's just a part of my game. And regardless of whether I'm going to win this tournament or not, it's a part of my game that I bring into every match. So I think. If I didn't have one, I wouldn't use it, but because I have one, I like to use it as much as I can. And against some girls, I'll use it more. Against other girls, I'll use it less, and I just try and use it as best that I can.
Best of 1, 2.
When you say rackets down for a week or 2 weeks, are the rackets away, or do you sort of
Yeah.
walk around your house swinging them around a bit?
Oh, God, no. I picked up a racket that had been strung at Wimbledon, and it had been, I think, 17 days since it had been strung, and I was like, oh, that'll do, I'll just use it and she'll be right. But they're away. They're locked away for good.
Best question.
Australia has given us some of the best tennis nicknames like Racket, Killer Cahill. What is yours?
Ash.
No, you got something else.
No, that's literally it.
You need a better one than Ash.
That's all I get. Cricket, I got a few good ones, but no, it's just Ash. Nice and simple.
What is one in cricket?
I'm not going to tell you. I like Ash.
Okay.
Okay, well,
All right, thank you.